Well, for those of you who might not know, June is Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month.
Kendra Binger and Aaron Hagen from the Alzheimer's Association are here to talk about how you can support the fight to end, it's a pretty shocking stat, the country's second leading cause of death. Good morning, you guys. Great to have you here.
Good morning.
Thank you for having us.
I would love to see this end. So what are you guys up to help stop this from happening?
A lot of different things. So like you said, June is Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month, and Kendra has some classes coming up where you can learn just about that.
Yeah, this Thursday at the Ed Clapp Library on 32nd Avenue, we will be partnering with NDSU Extension to present a class called Healthy Living for Your Brain and Body, to really look at what are those proactive things that we can be doing now to potentially reduce our risk of cognitive decline. And a lot of them are pretty simple, like eating a good diet, taking care of your heart, getting adequate sleep, taking a community ed class, challenging your brain. We know that that's not going to prevent, but it may reduce those risk factors as we all age.
I yawned right before we came on here and they go, you need more sleep. But it's some of those, even those common things that we hear all the time, but then actually hearing them from you about some of those other things that we could reduce. That's kind of what the important thing is you're teaching people.
Right. We're really looking at what in this disease can we take charge of, because with Alzheimer's disease and other related dementias, there's oftentimes so little we can do about the disease, but we can look at, even if you are diagnosed, incorporating those healthy living things into your life can potentially change the course of the disease. There may be some proactive benefits to that.
What's some of the new research that's out there? Because like she just mentioned, there's so few things that seem that we can do to prevent this from happening. What's some new research that shows, hey, we might be getting closer to solving this issue?
Great question. I'm definitely not a scientist, but what I can tell you is there's a lot of exciting things going on, especially here locally. Oftentimes when we think of research, we don't think locally. And recently there was a researcher out of UND who was awarded a grant through the Alzheimer's Association, and she's looking at gut bacteria and its effect on our cognitive abilities. So gut bacteria can affect our cravings as well as our mood and possibly those cognitive declines. So there's a lot of new research out there, and it's just exciting to see the different things that they might be able to find.
Wow.
I was just going to say.
Oh my gosh, that makes me scared. And you guys have an event on the 21st coming up here in June.
Yes, June 21st is the longest day, the summer solstice. It's hard to believe it's almost here. But the longest day is all about love. Love of what we like to do, as well as somebody who might be impacted by this disease. So we encourage people to pick up what they love and to help us raise awareness and to raise funds to end Alzheimer's disease. So last year, like, my family got together and made donuts. You could go for a walk, you could go for a hike. I have a coworker that's going fishing. So a number of activities that you could do. It's really up to you. The sky's the limit about what you can do on the longest day to help raise that awareness and those funds.
I think I just got invited to go eat donuts.
Yeah, come on over.
That's how I heard that.
So where and when on the 21st?
Anywhere. That's the fun thing about the longest day. It can pretty much be on any day if the 21st doesn't work. I'm going to have a barbecue with my family that weekend after. So it can be any time, any day, but something that you love to help bring awareness to Alzheimer's disease.
And maybe if you're the person who goes to the class on the 7th, then you could teach your family on the 21st what you learned.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
And here's a reminder of the class that you can go and join in at. And I think what some people don't understand too is that once the disease starts, it takes a lot of different courses. So it's still important, even if you are starting to see some signs, that we're continuing to feed our brains and our bodies what it needs.
Right. And that's the other part of my job, is actually meeting with families who are diagnosed, or there's some question about the cognitive change in somebody that they know, to really figure out what's next, what do we do. Oftentimes there's not that, here's what you do next. So we can help families figure out, how do we live well with this disease, knowing that there's a lot we can't change. There's a lot of proactive steps families can be taking to make that journey a little less stressful. So that's something we can help families with.
Great point, because it is so stressful for the person, the caretaker, everybody. So to both of you, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, stick around. We're going to be wrapping things up right after this.